there, Janae with Palin Projects here, and in this video I show you how I saved my garden from a frost. Yes, you heard that correctly, a frost. Here where I live, our average last frost date is around Memorial Day weekend. We're at the end of June, almost to the beginning of July, and I am having to try and salvage my garden to keep it from freezing. So what I do in this situation is I try and cover it as much as possible. I have a frost cloth that I use, but instead of buying a whole bunch of frost cloth, that's, fairly expensive, not super inexpensive. What I use are bed sheets. I water everything in really well, and then I use bed sheets to cover each and every bed. So I have a couple of videos because I was doing this late at night after I realized that we were going to freeze. We froze for 4 nights in a row, and it got down to roughly anywhere between 30 and 35 degrees. So I really would have lost all of my frost tender plants. My root vegetables would have been just fine. So the carrots, the kohlrabis, cabbages, broccolis, beets, all of those would have been just fine. But I have like zinnias, tomatoes, beans, peppers, all of those are fairly frost tender and would have succumbed to that frost. I did all of that work this year in starting all of those seeds. I wanted to make sure that we got enough fruit, fruit being the actual like produce off of them. But so I put in the extra time and effort each night and covered all of my beds, and this is how I did it. Been a couple days, and honestly I think everything made it through fairly well. The peppers look like they got nipped a little bit. There's a little bit of purple stemming. My eggplants right there got nipped a little bit, but they seem to be okay. Other than that, there's a little bit of damage on my squash here. I'm not sure if that's from the frost though. I've just started to notice that the other day. And then my sunflowers right here in this bed, right there, ooh, right there at the bottom of the screen there. I think they got hurt a little bit, but really the only like damage I see to my tomatoes is this plant here. And you can tell like there's a couple browning leaves that I'm gonna pull off once this plant gets a little bit bigger and puts on a little more growth. I'll take both of these off, so maybe even this one, so it shouldn't even be an issue anymore. But this is how I just quickly decided to cover my beds and try and save my garden for 2023. So if you have any questions, please put them in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next project. Thanks everyone. Bye.